All right, so I got a couple things I want to follow up on in this video from previous videos. The first thing I did split, you just saw the blocks that I got from the pallet company. I split the pieces that I pulled out for sauna wood, and you can tell these things, they're not very dry. They are looking pretty damp and pretty wet. So that's how much I got that I pulled out. Wasn't too much, but still a good amount of wood. But again, this stuff is going to take a little while to season. I don't know if it picks it up on camera. It should, but pretty dark, pretty wet on the inside. So that is one thing I wanted to follow up on and show you guys just what I ended up pulling out from the truck bed. I've got everything that's left in the truck is just the scraps. That's not going to be good for anything. What I pulled out for the sauna wood was everything around 9 to 10 inches. The good thing that happened, or the lucky thing I should say, that ended up happening was a lot of the blocks ended up being right around 11 inches. And for those of you who are probably taking off your shoes right now to count, 5.5 inches is my target length for the mini firewood. So yeah, I was able to just take those blocks, cut them in half, and end up with 2 chunks for mini firewood. And here are all the chunks that I ended up getting from that truckload. This little Ultratech trailer is packed full of them. And it is going to be interesting to see how these things run through the Kilnlet, because I'm thinking it's going to go pretty smooth. It's going to be clean, nice clean splits, and a lot of them. It did require, like I mentioned in the previous video, a little bit of added effort and the process to refine these down to this size. The miter saw got a bit of a workout, I will just say that, but it wasn't too bad. The other big thing I wanted to update you guys on and give you a little follow-up was the kiln that I was testing out, or that I am still testing out for Anderson Biomass Systems. Let me just shut this thing up. I did a run, and I put in a separate basket inside of the basket so that I could do a weight comparison. How much it weighed beforehand and how much it weighs now afterwards. I ran that yesterday from 9 in the morning until, well, at 4:30, I added some wood to the firebox, and then I don't know what time in the evening the fire went out or that it quit producing enough heat to stay above that 140 range. I'm guessing it was probably around 5:30, maybe 6. So I'm going to say, I'm just going to use 9 hours as the length. How long I had the kiln running for 9 hours. So we're going to go inside now because I have that basket down in the Back 40 Mini Firewood Fulfillment Center. We're going to weigh it up, and then we're going to figure out how much weight was lost, how much water was taken off of that basket, and then what percentage of weight that is. I think I'm going to be able to figure this all out. I'm not exactly sure, but let's go find out. All right, we are inside down in the Back 40 Mini Firewood Fulfillment Center. Here is the basket that I had in the kiln yesterday. Now, before I put it in there, I went and weighed it. Here's a clip of the weight to show you. And what the weight ended up being was 34 pounds, 15.9 ounces. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this basket that's had, we're going to say 9 hours. 9 hours in the kiln. We're going to take this, we're going to weigh it right over here. But before we do, if you are interested in any mini firewood, the Flames of the Northwoods, down in the description is a link. You can pick yourself up a box of mini firewood. Flames of the Northwood is pretty cool mix. Anyway, all right, let's get this basket over on the scale and weigh it up. All right, the basket is on the scale, And we are now weighing in at 28 pounds, 11.2 ounces. So we definitely dropped in weight. Now let's figure out how much and what percentage of weight we lost. All right, so to calculate this out, I am not going to try to figure this out on my own because math is not my strong suit. But I am going to go and use a little AI here and calculate out the weight lost and the percentage of the weight. So I'm going to just use ChatGPT. We started with 34 pounds, 15.9 ounces. And an ending weight of 28 pounds, 11.2 ounces. How much weight was lost and what was the percentage of that weight? All right, let's see what it says. I'm gonna have to figure this all out. So according to ChatGPT, with a starting weight of 34 pounds, 15.9 ounces, and an ending weight, 28 pounds, 11.2 ounces, the total weight lost was 6.29 pounds, which is 17.98% of the starting weight. So let's just make this easy and say we lost 18% of the weight from the starting basket, which was a total of 6.39 pounds. So there it is. There is everything calculated out for this test run in the kiln, a little over 8 hours. I said 9 hours earlier, but the more I thought about it, it probably only had consistent heat because I started it at 9. It probably didn't get up to temp till about 9:30, and then if I went a little bit over. So we're going to say 8 hours, 18%. So now the question is, over 8 hours, is losing 18% of the weight good? Is that a decent expected outcome? This is where I have no knowledge of what percentage should be expected per hour or any of that stuff. So I'm going to take this data, I'm going to send it up to Phil over at Anderson Biomass Systems, let him know that yesterday's 8-hour run produced a result of that 18% weight reduction. And obviously it's all water coming out because that's the only way that wood would lose weight. But let me know down in the comments if that is a good result or an average result, expected result. Let me know what you think. If you have knowledge of kilns and drying temps, percentage, weight loss, all that stuff. So that's going to do it from the Back 48 Mini Firewood Fulfillment Center. We'll see you guys tomorrow night on the live stream. Let me know what you think of those results for the kiln. 8 hours, 18% weight reduction. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Stay safe, have fun, and be cool.
I've been a real bad boy on the town all night. Starting to